We're starting here because this one image cuts right to the chase. It poses a fundamental question about the next 6 months of your life. On one side, you have the path of the architect, someone who's actively building their future. And on the other, the consumer, who's just passively letting time slip by. Today, we're exploring that single, critical choice.
Listen to this quote. It's blunt, right? It frames the next 180 days not just as some random block of time, but as a deadline. And it says there are only 2 places you can end up, either with pride in what you've done or with a pocket full of excuses for what you haven't.
And this just drives that point home. There is no comfortable middle ground. There's no almost. In this way of looking at things, you're always in one of 2 states. You're either building, creating, or you're consuming, just watching things happen.
So, let's really look at this fork in the road. This section is all about the 2 versions of you. I want you to just take a second and actually imagine 2 possible versions of yourself 180 days from right now.
And here they are, side by side. On the left, that's the architect you, the one who chose to build. Look at the descriptions, carries proof of their work, designed their time. Now, look at the right, the consumer, still scrolling, waits for a sign. It's a really stark contrast, isn't it? 2 completely different outcomes that started from the exact same point, today.
This quote gets right to the heart of it. Time isn't neutral. The clock doesn't just pause while you decide. Every single day you are either gaining ground or you're losing it. You're either intentionally designing your life or you are just drifting.
Okay, so if drifting is the opposite of designing, what does it actually cost you? This next part, the deadly math of drift, well, it breaks it down. And honestly, when you see the numbers, it's pretty shocking.
First, what even is drift? Well, the slide defines it perfectly as that state of inaction that feels like you're researching. We've all done this, right? You spend hours watching videos, reading articles, telling yourself you're just getting prepared. But this idea argues that most of the time, that's just procrastination wearing a clever disguise. So let's start with a number that seems kind of small. Let's be conservative and say 2 hours a day are lost to just mindless scrolling. It seems harmless enough, right? Just a tiny little leak in your day.
But here's the thing. Over our 180-day timeline, that tiny little leak turns into a massive flood. As you can see, those 2 hours a day, they add up to 364 hours. That's a huge amount of your life that just vanished.
And to really put that number into perspective, look at this. 364 hours is the same as 9 full-time 40-hour work weeks. That's incredible. It's like you're literally giving away more than 2 months of your productive time every 6 months to an algorithm that doesn't care about you or your goals at all.
And that brings us to a really, really important point. If you don't intentionally design your days, something else will gladly fill that time for you. Like the slide says, drift is the default. The only way out is to design your way out.
Okay, so what does this actually look like day to day? You know, the difference between the architect and the consumer on any random Tuesday is probably tiny. But over time, as this section shows, that small gap, well, it becomes what they call the violent compound gap. This chart just says it all. Look at day 1. Performance is identical, no difference. But then check out day 90. A real gap is starting to open up. And by day 180, it's not even close. That one tiny daily choice has compounded into this massive separation in where you end up. So how does the architect do it? How do they create that huge gap? Well, it's not by trying to change 20 things at once. According to this method, they pick one critical thing, one skill, one goal, and they just pour 90 focused minutes into it, every single day. Over 6 months, that adds up to 270 hours of pure, focused work. That's how you build mastery. The wild thing about compounding, though, is that it doesn't care which direction you're going. It works both ways. Yeah, a 1% daily improvement can absolutely transform you. But like the slide says, so can a 1% daily decline. And the decline is the dangerous one because it feels comfortable. You barely even notice it's happening day to day. And this brings us to a huge idea. The argument here is that the real battle isn't about finding more discipline or waiting for motivation. As the title says, it's about identity before inspiration. Think about this. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," you're not just delaying something, you're actually practicing an action. You're doing a rep that reinforces the identity of being a person who postpones. You're literally training your brain to believe that your own intentions don't really matter.
And this is why that first month is such a trap for so many people. You probably won't see big results. It's gonna feel like nothing's happening. They call it the invisible month. Its whole purpose isn't to create outcomes, it's to reinforce your new identity. You're not building the project yet, you're building the person who can build the project.
This slide nails the difference between thinking and doing. The big takeaway is that clarity and identity, they come from the action. They aren't something you need before you can act. You become an architect by laying the bricks, day after day, especially on the days you don't feel like it.
So this isn't just some challenge you try out. The final piece of this is to frame it as a contract, a real binding agreement that you make with the person you plan on becoming in 180 days.
So what are the terms of this contract? The slide lays out 3 simple, non-negotiable rules. 1, no goal switching. You lock onto one target and you stay on it for the full 180 days. 2, no identity negotiation. Action isn't based on feeling like it. The feeling doesn't get a vote. And 3, no restarting. Forget, I'll start fresh on Monday. An imperfect, messy start today is way better than a perfect plan for tomorrow that never happens.
And really, that brings us to the final question. The next 6 months are going to pass no matter what we do. You're going to be 180 days older, whether you choose to build or to drift. So the question is simple. Are these next 180 days going to be a replay of your past? Or are they going to be the foundation for your future?
That fork in the road is right here, right now. It's a quiet decision that no one else sees. This whole framework is an encouragement to make a choice, to choose to build, to become the architect.